What's up, Toxic? What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? And dance with me. Just climb to God just with your simple thing of walking through jungle. Okay. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Okay. What's up, everyone? Guys, today is a very special day. Today is a very special day. Today is a very special day. Is your birthday? No, it's not my birthday. On today's menu, we have a couple things, okay? First, we're gonna do a per viewer requested, which, by the way, if you want to request your own things, you can go into my Discord server, and there you can ask me for personal requests. Per request, we're going to review the Broken Blade Kled game. Okay, the game he played Kled against T1, where he completely 1v9'd. We're going to be reviewing that. Then we're going to play Shen on the A to Z challenge. We're going to review the patch notes today. And what else? I'm going to play some solo queue. So, Cassante, what's up, bro? First things first, let's do patch note review, yeah? Because there's a lot to talk about, guys. There's actually a lot to talk about, okay? Okay. First things first. Riot Games has decided to buff ADCs, okay? Now, I don't know why they're doing this. They should just be nerfing mages, because now they're just buffing ADCs. They'll realize mages are still good, and then they're gonna nerf mages as well as buff ADCs. That's what's gonna happen. They should just be nerfing mages, like the mage items specifically, in my opinion. But every ADC gets increased base magic resist by 3 points, decreased magic resist growth by 0.2 points. So they're better. They're a little bit better level 1. And then I think they're roughly the same when it comes to like level 18 ADCs, right? So Akshan got buffed as well. What the hell? It's not even ADC. What time is it in NL? It's 8:30 a.m. Guys, this buff, I think it's fine. I don't know why they're buffing Kindred and Quinn and Akshan. Like, what is that? They kind of snuck Graves in as well. They just snuck a couple champions in, but it's fine. It's okay. We can manage. We can manage. You know what I mean? Okay, support quest changes. Gold from champion and tower reduced from 22/24 from champions and towers to 18 and 21. Gold from minion executes increased. So now, with this change, support champions with the quest are more incentivized to stay in lane and hit minions rather than just hit champions and turrets, right? And this is a very good change because it makes it so that you can't roam and also get your support quest the entire game, right? Riot Games giving Graves all the MR in the world so his counters don't work anymore. Yeah. Unlucky, bro. Hail of Blades changes. Melee attack speed reduced from 120 to 90%. Base damage reduced from 4 to 20 to 2 to 20. Bonus AD ratio increased from 6 to 12%. AP ratio increased from 6 to 12%. So the reason they're nerfing this is because champions with low bonus AD, they could use this thing really, really effectively. Right, so it's scaled really well on champions with a lot of gold early game. Right, if you buy at AD, if you get levels, right, all your bonus AD based on levels, items, stats, made this really good. So there's, well, I mean, now it's good with bonus AD. It was good without bonus AD. So basically, anyone who doesn't have that much gold could just use this. That's why supports were OP, right? Like Poppy and Camille support were OP with this rune because they didn't need to buy actual items to make this good. And it scaled well as well. So Hen will be Omega with Hello Blades with this. Yes, he will. Because Zahen gets bonus AD per 2 stacks on his passive. So Zahen will be very broken with this, yes. Extremely broken. Actually, Zahen will probably be the best beneficiary of this there is. What's up, Rolandy? How you doing? Yeah, Zahen will be very happy with this change, guys. And so will Trinimir, obviously. Trinimir will be happy with this too. Fleet footwork buff. Base heal increased from 10 to 15 level 1, and then as well as scaling. This is very nice for the top laners with sustain. I just don't know about the ADC. The ADCs who can maybe abuse this, but I think Fleet is nerfed for range champs anyway. But yeah, it's quite good actually. I mean, from 10 to 15 is crazy. Tiamat buff. Okay, this buff is massive, right? Tiamat was kind of a bad item because when you bought Tiamat, it was 1200 gold. The active was okay, but you couldn't freeze. Now you can actually buy this and do stuff with it. I had to restock a few monsters. Store next to me has 4 monsters for several years. Damn. Bumblebee, I know what you want from me. Alright, look. Tiamat's very good now. I would love to play this on Kled. I think, yeah. Very good, nice. Very nice. Look. Sunfire got nerfed. So initially you might think it's a buff, but it's just a nerf. Because the damage health ratio increased from 1% to 1.5% bonus HP. But the cost got increased, the armor got reduced, the minion damage got reduced, and the monster damage got reduced. So I don't know why they're nerfing the weakest tank item in the game. Makes no sense. This item feels really bad to build. It was already weak, and then just nerfed it again. It makes no sense. Thunder Sky. So this is the big one, everyone. This here is the big one. I think most of us here are top mains, right? This is the talking point of the day. The Thunder Sky changes. Now, they actually classified this change as a nerf. Because it got both nerfed and buffed, right? However, in my opinion, this is a buff. Let's read it. Health increased from 400 to 450, but they removed the Ruby Crystal from the build. That is a bigger nerf than a lot of people realize. Not being able to build Ruby Crystal when you're going for Thunder Sky is actually a pretty big deal. A lot of champions need Ruby Crystal in their laning phase, especially after the first reset. So that kind of sucks. But it's not the end of the world. Now, the big one, right? Obviously, the cost got reduced from 3,100 to 2,700. 400 gold cheaper. That is absolutely insane, okay? 400 gold. That is crazy. That is literally, that is crazy. Health AD ratio, heal AD ratio changed from 100 to 50 base AD to 90, 45 bonus AD. So the amount you heal, it used to be based on your base AD. Wait, I don't understand. Why are there two numbers? Why is the 150%? Heal AD ratio changed. 100/50% base AD. Oh, 100 flat and 50% base AD. Okay, so it was 100 flat plus 50% of your base AD. So it's scaled with levels, not items. Okay, so the higher level you were, the better it was. And then now it's 90 flat with 45% bonus AD. So, okay, but then that's way better. No, melee range modifier? Is that it? That's it? Ah, okay. It's a melee range modifier. Okay, why don't they specify that? They didn't specify that for fleet, so why not for this one? Why would they do it for this one? Anyway, I thought it was a flat / percentage. I think that makes more sense, no? Is this a buff? I mean, look, when you do the calculations, right? Your base AD is always going to be lower than your bonus AD once you get like your second item, right? Like your base AD is going to be like around what is your base AD level 11? It's like 100 something, right? Your base AD 120, 130 maybe base AD at level 11, something like that. Maybe I'm tripping. 120, I think it's about 110 or 120 actually. So bonus AD, this will be stronger when you're like, you know, level, when you have like third item, third item, this will outscale, right? And then missing health ratio reduced from 6 to 4%. Missing health ratio. So the lower you were, the more you would heal, I think, with this item. So yeah. Overall, I think champions that will really benefit from this are Jax. I think Jax is already in a good spot. Now Tiamat's getting buffed. Thundersky is getting buffed. ADC marksmen are getting buffed, right? And so when marksmen are getting buffed, Jax is going to be meta, right? So there's no more mages bot lane, Jax is better, therefore. Stark's getting buffed. I think Jax is in a really good spot right now. And I'm pretty scared of that, even though I like playing Jax. Kled also, by the way, Kled, really good spot then. You could easily go Thundersky on Kled now. It's a very cheap secondary option. It synergizes really well with Titanic Hydra and also with what's it called? Stridebreaker. I think Kled's gonna be strong on this patch now. Hail of Blades Kled would be interesting. I think Zahen is strong now. Zahen, Jax, and Kled are the ones that I'm instantly like thinking about, right? Okay. Stark's Gauge. Bonus AD increased from 45 base to 50. Slight buff. Not the best, not the worst. It's kind of just whatever. Never seen a design, would be nice to beat him up. Okay, so they're buffing the Sork shoes, the tier 3 Sork shoes, which to me is just complete, like, why? Like, what? Why are they buffing Sork shoes? Does anyone understand? Are mages like the problem this patch? They're buffing mages. ¿Por qué? Why? Make it make sense, someone. I don't understand it. And they're also buffing Yasuo and Yone again. They're buffing the attack speed boots. Why? 45% attack speed. Do you understand how much that is? 45? Making them go back to mid. Why would they go back to mid? If they're going to be facing more marksmen now, if Yasuo is going to be facing more marksmen now, he will go bot lane and mid lane. And top lane, by the way. Eclipse changes. Okay, damage increased from 6/4 max HP to 8/6.25. Okay, and the shield's reduced. This is a crazy buff. This buff right here is crazy. Now hear me out, okay? When you play Ambessa and you're up against any champion in top lane that's like a bruiser or tank, you will be Hitler in his prime, bro. Like, this is not fair. Time to pick up Renekton. Renekton should be strong too. It might be time to ban Ambessa again. Because this right here is not okay. Now, I don't know why they're deciding to buff Eclipse. It doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. What champions even buy this item on top lane? I can think of 2 champions that buy Eclipse. Ambessa, Aatrox. And Aatrox, it's not even popular on Aatrox. It makes no sense. Black Cleaver buff as well. Guess I can keep playing my Eclipse Black Cleaver Aatrox build. This is mental retardation, by the way. This buff here makes no sense. It shouldn't be in the game. This is just like, why? Because we just keep buffing Ambessa. Because her, I don't know. It's just stupid. Anyway, yeah. Chain Laced Crushers nerf. So tier 3 mercs. Also, so we're nerfing tier 3 mercs. And we're buffing tier 3 Sorks. Here's the thing. How many mid laners actually buy mercs, right? Galio, maybe. Not that many. So this is actually a good nerf. Because you don't want an Akshan to buy tier 3 mercs and like just be immune, right? That's also a bit Kayn, yeah, Kayn will benefit from this greatly too. Yes. Black Cleaver changes. Attack damage increased from 40 to 45. Move speed is now reduced to 50% for range champs. So range champs like Urgot got hard nerfed for this. But the ADE changes. It's nice. It's not the best, not the worst. It's okay. Berserkers Grease. Wait, didn't we see this already? Oh, that was tier 3 Berserkers. Okay, I'm tripping. Yeah. The normal, but this also got buffed from 25 to 30, so it's same thing, right? Same thing. Yasuo, Yone will be stronger from this, and most ADCs will be a little bit stronger. I actually don't mind that. Cumulative changes. Okay, let's read these. Base mana increased. Passive shield ratio, health ratio reduced from 20% to 10, 15, 20, and then 20 again. Levels 1, 7, 13, and 19. So, passive shield health ratio. Health ratio. So do they mean the amount your shield gives you, or the amount the shield is based on health wise? Passive shield health ratio reduced from 20 to... So it scales a little bit better, but it's early game just straight up weaker. Passive cooldown changed from 18, 14, 10, 6 to 14, 11, 8. So level 1, your passive has 4-second cooldown less, which is pretty good. You can trade more often in top lane. 14 is quite insane, actually. 14, 11, 8, which is 1, 7, 13. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. W max health damage increased from 6 to 8 to 7 to 9. W cooldown reduced. What? What? Wait, they straight up made her OP now on top lane, I think. Wait, her laning phase is good now. Do you guys understand how OP this is? Her passive got reduced by 4 seconds, and her W got reduced by 3 seconds, level 1. And the W health is increased, the damage is increased, the max health damage, and also she got more mana. Like, genuinely, Camille's like strong now. Her early game is way better. Her W is way better, bro. What? Camille top enjoys rejoice. Yeah, bro, you guys should rejoice. This champ is literally broken now. What? What's E cooldown? Camille cooldowns. E cooldown is 16 seconds. But listen, guys, Camille's legit really good right now. That's scary, bro, because this champion, her weakness was kind of like her, like Camille's level 5 until Triforce, level 5 until Triforce was pretty weak unless she got like a lot of help in lane. It's crazy. Tristana has a slightly different MR package. Okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Poppy changes. Base AD reduced by 4, base health regen increased, base mana increased, base mana growth increased. Wow, that's these mana changes, by the way, for Poppy top lane. Those are crazy. So Poppy got buffed as Camille got buffed, right? And Poppy's like a natural Camille counter in general. Q bonus AD ratio reduced. Okay. The bonus AD got reduced. Bonus AD. Max health damage reduced as well. Non-champ damage cap increased. So better for clearing waves and jungle camps. Q slow reduced. It's a big deal, actually. It's only scaling, though. Q slow now scales with 0.008 per 100 bonus HP. Okay. Alright. That's very weak, by the way. So when you have 1,000 bonus HP, it's only 0.08 slow more. What? What? Bonus. That's so low. What? Did they make a typo? It should be 0.08% per 100 bonus HP, not 0.008. That's crazy, bro. W bonus resist increased from 12 to 16%. I kind of like this buff. This is a good buff for Poppy top lane, guys. And mind you, Thunder Sky got buffed, so Poppy, that's one of her items. Her mana got buffed. Jax and Camille got buffed, right? So Poppy top lane, she's going to naturally be played more into those champions, right? Jax, Camille. I think overall I might start playing Poppy again then, because I used to play her a little bit, and she's quite enjoyable actually. She just had a lot of mana struggles. You had to buy tier on your first base, which felt bad. Normally you want to go like double cloth, right? Or even ruby crystal longsword maybe. So she's definitely gonna do less damage, but she's gonna be pretty decent in top lane, I would say. Okay. Yeah, overall feel for this patch is, I actually kind of like the changes. The only thing I don't like is that, you know, they didn't really nerf range top laners. They didn't really nerf like Vayne, Varus, stuff like that. They're still pretty strong. They didn't buff any sustain items for top lane either. They didn't nerf mages for some reason. I feel like mages are just like the villain of this patch. And I'm pretty sure that the only thing you have to do is just like make every single mage item 200 gold more expensive, and then you just fix the entire game. Yeah, I mean, I like the changes actually. I think they're fine. I think Aatrox benefits from any of those changes except for Eclipse. Honestly, obviously, like the Thunder Sky changes are pretty nice. The Stark's Gauge changes a little bit, right? Black Cleaver, I wouldn't buy Black Cleaver and Aatrox. But I don't think Aatrox actually got buffed in this patch, to be honest. But I do think that I do think that if you're playing Aatrox and the enemies have like, let's say the enemies blind pick like a tank like Scion or something, you can actually pick Aatrox even better now because of Eclipse buffs, right? But honestly, I might start banning Mbessa because with Mbessa being this strong now, I think, you know, because my permaban right now is Jace, if I think about it, Camille got buffed, Hail of Blades got better for top lane, at least scaling wise, Fleet got buffed. I might stop banning Jace just to ban Mbessa now, because I actually think that Jace can be a playable matchup now. How's Camille to Aatrox now with the buff? Obviously, Camille's just gonna shit on Aatrox now, to be honest. I mean, she has way lower cooldowns with her passive NW, way more mana, like a lot more mana, and overall, like just like way better. This champion on support is going to be Loki Adolf Hitler. Seems good. Sally doesn't buff her dog shit mid-late game, but maybe lane is playable now. We'll need to test. Damn. Patch live tomorrow? Is it live? No, it's next week, no? Am I tripping? It should be next week, not tomorrow. I'm curious to see what happens, honestly. Interesting patch. Honestly, interesting. Okay, guys. On to the next segment. Look, we're going to be reviewing the Broken Blade Kled game at MSI, okay? Let me switch scenes for this as well. So as you guys know, Broken Blade did a 1v9 performance against T1 at MSI. Now, one of my viewers, called Uzune, asked me in my Discord server to review this game. So shout out to you for the oh my goodness, it's very loud, for the suggestion. I'm late, sorry teacher. Hey, you're still welcome, brother. You're still welcome. Okay, look. Let me see. Where do I put my cam? I think this might be a good spot for it, honestly. Okay. We're gonna review this game. So loud. Okay, so let's look at the matchup. So we got Flash Ignite Conk against Flash Ghost Olaf. So first things first, who gets prio in this matchup? I think it's a bit of a flip because Olaf is actually stronger than Kled level 1, but Kled is stronger than Olaf level 2. So as Kled, you want to play the lane in a way where you kind of soft contest. So you don't give Olaf like complete prio over the lane and you can't match his level up timer. You want to match his level up timer without overcommitting, right? So the way that looks is you're just hitting the wave a bit, and then when Olaf fights you, you kind of just fight back while kiting back into your wave. If Olaf is good, he just pops Ghost and Ghost just full balls to the wall, all-ins. Now, Xin Zhao is starting bot side, and the enemy jungler isn't showing anywhere yet, but we have a ward on Raptors, which is really good, obviously, right? This is what I tell all of you to do in solo queue. Let's go back to the first trade. Sorry, I'm just yapping a bit. Okay, so Olaf ends up queuing through the wave. Now, a lot of Olaf players make mistakes of like throwing their axe far away, and then they can't retrieve it anymore. As you can see, they're both hitting the wave a lot. But again, like Broken Blade, the moment Kleds get level 2, it's really easy for Kled because you just like get your W, you remount within 2 seconds, and then it's just like super free. So both parties autoing the wave a lot. If I spot any details, I'll make sure to tell you guys. By the way, let me just grab my epic pen as well. Okay. Okay. So this trade happens. Okay, now he kind of messed up. Yeah, he's dead, isn't he? Oh my, what is Broken Blade doing? Okay, so let's rewatch the solo kill, yeah? So in this, what does Broken Blade want to do in this scenario? He dismounted, which is good. Early game on Kled, you want to dismount because you're just giving yourself... The thing is, when you dismount on, like, let's say the second wave, the problem for Olaf is that Kled can remount too easily because usually what happens is you get your level up time before your opponent and they can't contest you. And so when you dismount, you're essentially getting a lot of HP healing from just remounting, right? You get like 200-300 health when you remount. So you just have more HP than your opponent that way. So Broken Blade should be looking to do a 3-wave crash and recall. What Doran wants is he wants to prevent that from happening, right? He wants to stop Broken Blade from getting that clean crash and actually getting like a recall off, getting his item back and stuff like that. So what Doran needs to do is he needs to thin the wave out. Now, Doran can't thin the wave out just like that because Broken Blade will contest him. But BB made the mistake of queuing without Doran actually being in any last hit animations, right? And so Doran does something very smart. He knows that Broken Blade needs 2 more creeps here. Watch this, right? BB needs 2 more creeps to level up here. And Doran knows that. So why does he go in? Why do you guys think that Doran takes this timer to all in, even though BB will literally level up soon? Why does he do it? The reason is very simple. If Doran auto attacks BB, BB's wave will auto attack Doran, okay, instead of Doran's creeps. So then if BB wants to get his level up timer, he can no longer rely on his creeps killing Doran's creeps. He then has to kill the creeps himself. And when he's the one hitting the creeps, he is then no longer hitting Doran. So he has to make a very hard decision here. And you can see that, you know, those blue creeps are hitting Doran. And he's like flashing to get, like, kill those creeps, and then he loses. So very well played by Doran here. The main mistake that BB did was he just threw his Qs away, and you need those Qs, right? You really need those Qs to be able to get your remount back, because you need 5 autos in 1 Q or like 3 autos and 2 Qs as Kled. Now, another crucial piece of information is that the enemy jungler is pathing towards bot lane, and also Olaf, no ghost, and we use slash here, okay? So we're in a really, really bad spot here because Olaf just has slash advantage. Now we do have ignite advantage, okay? So that's something we can work with. Wukong will be bot side, our jungler will be top side. Now imagine if the wave actually pushes towards Kled here. Like, I don't even know how did BB even end up winning lane, because this is an unplayable scenario. If BB got prio and let the wave push towards him, that means Qmon would be topside by the time Kled had the wave pushing towards him, which is very ideal, right? You want that to happen, because then the Olaf is gankable. He ends up warding River, which is a fine ward, I suppose. And let's just fast forward a little bit. So Wukong is bot side. We saw that Scuttle get taken there. And he trades on this timer. Now, the reason he trades on this timer is very simple. The wave is pushing it away from him, so he has to play aggressively. Right now his E, Q, and W are down, so he needs to respect a little bit. But still, I think Broken Blade just kind of stat checks Doran in this wave. Should be able to stat check him. You know, he's playing Kled, right? And he has ignite advantage, so he should be able to. Now, Doran is putting a lot of pressure on him. A lot of players here, let me just go back. A lot of top laners here would just like let the wave push into them, catch the wave on their tower, and just that's the end of the story. But Doran knows he's ahead in items. Watch his items, right? He's very far ahead in items. He has like a 550 gold spent more than Kled. So he doesn't want to just give this crash for free, because that gives him a free reset to match his items again. He's gonna soft contest. So against Kled, soft contesting is quite easy, because Kled's W, he can't control when he uses it. So when he uses it to farm, you can walk up and trade. So then Kled's going to use his Q to farm, but when he does that, it's still not very good, right? Here, Doran does what a lot of people do, so pay attention to the details, right? Against Kled, what you want is you don't want to actually dismount him. You want to keep him at 1 HP before he drops his mount. This is like ideal. Because if Kled is 1 HP before dropping mount, you can then start the all-in without Kled having like fully stacked conk. And you can make Kled waste his W before fighting you, which is just super nice. So Doran ends up having a freeze, and he places a control ward there. So that's also a lot of pressure, right? A lot of people say don't buy control wards in top lane, but that's not very true. You want control wards because now Wukong is topside again, and BB doesn't know if he can walk up or not. Now, fortunately for BB, Doran actually ruins his freeze. As you can see in this frame here, Doran has 6 creeps, BB has like 8. But he threw an axe through the wave, which if he didn't do that, this freeze here would be for the rest of the game. Literally, like this freeze here, if he doesn't break it, BB will fall down 20 CS in the next 2 minutes. It's unplayable. So fortunately, Doran just, for some reason, decides to just throw an axe through the entire wave and tank the creeps, which causes it to stop freezing. Which is a very big mistake, by the way. This is like a very big mistake. That axe there was also a mistake. You shouldn't throw your axe away. Okay. So now Broken Blade has to be careful. He has to... he's walking out of vision to convince the enemies that he's basing, so that owner doesn't come and dive him, because he's free dive right now, right? He can just be dove really, really easily, even though he's playing Kled. So he's trying to convince the enemies that he's basing, so that owner doesn't even come top, so that he won't waste his time, right? We're gonna catch the wave on our tower here. And Doran ends up diving. Now, this decision to dive here, I am not the biggest fan, because you're already in such a good position that you don't need to do a risk like this. You can just take the plate here and then play the bounce, right? If you just wait for the wave to push towards you again, take the plate, maybe even do like a reset, you can slowly choke your opponent out. He just went way too hard here, and he knew he had flash advantage, so he knew he could get the kill. He didn't even get the plate, by the way. In my opinion, not worth. Not worth. If I'm Broken Blade here, I'm actually quite satisfied with this outcome. Because look, now Doran used flash and ult. On the next sequence, when Kled respawns, he's going to be able to play the game. Because he's going to have ult up, and his flash is going to be back when Doran's flash isn't. Which is a big problem. He gets Tiamat, very nice purchase, by the way. Right, when you're losing lane, by the way, Tiamat's very good, because you're able to proxy. Alright, so he fakes his ward. He actually doesn't put the ward down, he just fakes it. And now we're going to hard shove this wave. You have to hard shove that wave. A lot of people, by the way, I've coached a lot of people recently that just straight up don't hard shove this wave. If you don't hard shove this, it's going to be an awkward crash. It's going to be stuck freezing in enemy tower, and you can't play the game. So make sure you actually hard shove the second wave, not the third one. Takes the ward. Doran holds the wave a little bit on the tower. But as you can see, BB has ult advantage, so he's not scared. He counts his advantages. And he knows he can play aggressively now, even though he was so behind. And as you can see, like, Doran is like kind of not that ahead anymore, right? I mean, BB is going to get level 7 soon. And this is what a lot of Kled players do. After shoving a wave with Tiamat, you just sit in river. And this is what we call hovering, right? You just crash the wave. He's going to hover mid to pressure the enemy mid laner. If Galio steps up a little bit too far, he can easily gank him. And Kled is really good at that. There you go. He gets a kill. And then he goes back top lane, right? Goes back top lane, catches the wave here. And that's really worth. Now, Caps is in a really good spot. He's almost 20 CS ahead. And Faker dies. He even holds the wave top lane. And then he wards the bush. Now, as you can see, there's 2 wards in the bush here. Why did he ward the bush? Well, there's 2 reasons. One is to spot whether Olaf is soaking XP or not. And 2 is to spot whether the enemy jungler is ganking or not. Now, granted, I think the first ward was a little bit crazy. The second ward was fine. But yeah, using both wards is like too much in my opinion. So he ends up realizing that he can't really hold this. If you recall on a wave, when the enemy have 3 caster creeps, it doesn't really like keep freezing that nicely. So when you have Tiamat, it's better to just like, you know, kill the wave in base. And they end up swapping, okay? Now, he can make a very creative player if he wants. Knowing that his team should swap and match it, what he can do is he can go bot lane with his team, do a dive, and then after the dive is successful, one of his teammates can defend and go base and go top lane to defend. So here he's just gonna like ult, or he doesn't have R, but he can still just dive the Olaf, right? And as Kled, by the way, diving is super easy. Because when you dive, you can drop aggro when you demount. Do you ever use your R to roam like Sion? Yes, of course you do, yeah. Now Faker read the play. Faker just dropped mid farm to prevent the bot lane dive, which is a very, very, very smart play, by the way. And they just re-dive anyway. So now they're just gonna dive the Galio here. And he still gets a 1-for-1, the Faker, so not really the best. BB recalls, goes top lane. He is a 60 CS at 9 minutes. That's very rough. Very, very rough. But I mean, yeah. It's not like he can go to top lane against like Caitlyn and Lux, right? Now, he goes top lane and takes a couple free plates because Olaf just overstays on bot lane. But I think they're just diving the bot turret there. So he's just going to take these freebies. Tiamat, by the way, super good item on Kled. Almost like a must-have, to be honest. Also very nice that they're buffing Tiamat, so Kled gets buffed indirectly. He finally has his Titanic Hydra. Now, as Kled, okay, when you're even or a little bit ahead in mid-game, your champion is giga strong. Like, giga strong. Tiamat when ahead is bait, though. Can be bait, it can be. It depends. It depends on what you want to do. So, Kled with Tiamat is absolutely racist. Like, this champion with Tiamat is so broken, okay? Now, I suggest you guys build Tiamat when enemies have 3 or more melees and Stridebreaker when they have 3 or more ranged, okay? Okay. Yeah, so we're just shoving waves out. And look, we're not looking to fight Drakes yet, okay? Our team is probably calling something along the lines of, oh, we don't want to fight yet. Let's get our item spikes first. Ashe is not even first item. Karma's not even first item. The enemy bot laner both the first item. So they just want to wait, okay? So he's just shoving waves and he's just sitting in the bush. Now, what he should be doing is he should be shoving waves and hovering to mid. So what it looks like is here. You hover to mid lane. You run towards mid lane here. And you sit on the river where he was before when he ganked Galio. And then if the enemies overextend on mid lane even a little bit, you can look for a kill. And then if the Olaf pushes top, you can just contest the wave again. So he's going to shove the wave here. And he needs to be a little bit careful. Now he's going to hover mid, hopefully. Exactly. He hovers and then he realizes that the enemies are kind of stopping him. So he just hovers the safe way now. He realizes that the enemies are making like a play on him. So he just walks away. And now we're just going to catch the wave. Very safely, top lane. Boom, we're going to E. We're going to take the wave here. Olaf can be anywhere. We should shove this wave, and then again, we can either look to base and go bot lane, or we can hover again. Optimally, you go bot lane and you make a play on Olaf. But he decides to go top lane here. I would just go bot lane and ult the Olaf here, and then go top lane afterwards, out of base. But I guess he doesn't want to make that play. I think it's a pretty reliable play to make, though. To just ult bot lane. Out of lane. Now, if you give prio on side lane, you better have a good reason for it, because priority leads to mid moves. And if you are stronger in the 1v1, you should never just give prio. Here it's contesting prio, but the enemies have first move towards top, so he's gonna get out. He even ulted to get out. And then he makes a TP play bot lane. Now this is pretty classic. Whenever you're weak-sided, you can look to make TP plays on the opposite side of the map if people are overextended. And that's very nice because like when you're weak-sided, you can't play the game anyway, so you might as well look to do something else. So he kills the Olaf and gets a shutdown. Now he goes to his mid play. It's like, okay, well, we can look at it, right? He just like, you know, goes in, doesn't get anything. Yeah, even gets caught by the binding, but he should be fine. He's gonna catch the wave here. And it's gonna base after probably. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what's next, right? Herald's next. Okay, do we have TP? Yes, we do. So where do we go? We go bot lane. Do we really go bot lane or do we go mid? Well, right now, I think his team is calling to fight this Herald because they're all 1 items. And Olaf is showing himself on bot. So I think he wants to go to this mid wave, try to get prio on it. And if the enemies are fighting, he can actually join the fight. Now, after seeing the enemies, they you know, are not fighting, then he just goes back bot lane. So again, we're kind of hovering, right? He should be able to get the skill on Doran here if he plays it properly. Because Kled is just, okay, he even, like, Doran just TPs, but he just has R. So yeah, and when Olaf ults, you have to, like, kind of kite it, and then you can go back in after it ends up expiring. So that's what he does, right? Also, a tip I can give you guys on Kled is when you do your combo, if the enemy is like very far from their tower, it's better to E first and then kind of wait until you see what they do and then you Q. Because often they're gonna like wiggle back and forth and try to dodge your stuff. Faker ends up TPing here, but I'm pretty sure this is a like pretty big mistake. You should never do this. He's just gonna get caught here. I think Lux is here though. Okay, nice. He bases and then he goes bot lane again. I think he goes bot lane because they want to fight right now. Again, if someone's calling to fight in pro play, you just have to kind of, you know, listen. So they're fighting. He takes the blast cone here and then he gets the flank, right? He's zoning the enemy backline from doing stuff. What is even happening right now? By the way, the only reason he survives this is because Kled gets a lot of MR and armor when he's in his office wheelchair. Funny interaction, by the way, that you can actually pull Galio out of his R with Kled Q. Okay, and now he's gonna base and TP behind him. But I think he cancels his base because he sees like a good arrow. Connect, and then the enemies just all die. Nice. Very nice. Hey, he just waited for the enemies to end, and then he just capitalized on it, right? So, very nice. It's so loud, bro. Even at 5%, it's really loud for me. Okay, so next objective is, I think Nash is spawning soon. So he should be looking to go bot lane because he has TP and Caps doesn't. I think they have like a little bit of a miscommunication here because his map opening was a bit weird. He ends up opening up through mid, but there's nothing to do mid lane. If he just walks bot lane right now, he has pretty good vision. He can just contest that wave, and then Olaf doesn't get prio. So I think he made a mistake by going mid here. There's nothing to do. Black Cleaver second, by the way. So your second item as Kled is usually going to be Black Cleaver or the Hullbreaker. Now, they're both fine. I think Black Cleaver is fine this game. So he goes top lane, which is, I mean, I guess they're not playing for Nash, right? Because it's only 20 minutes into the game, so that makes sense. Okay, so he's just top lane, shoving the wave in. He's like kind of hovering slightly, but it's not that insane of a hover. Shoving the side wave, and again, this is like a classic play, right? You go from strong side to weak side. So often when you get the shove on mid lane, on top lane, instead of just hovering towards mid and ulting mid, if that play is like hard because let's say there's a tier 1 tower there, what you do is you open up bot lane. Exactly. I didn't even see the vault, by the way. I just knew he'd open up bot lane here. And then if Caps wants to, he can go bot lane, fight the Galio, and then Kled's behind him. And then Kled can actually ult and make the 2v1. It's a pretty good play to do. So it's called from strong to weak side, right? So yeah. Faker is really good at this, by the way. Like, Faker, he doesn't win the 1v1 on side lane, but he still, like, soft contests, right? He still trades on the enemy in a way where they can't trade back on him, but he's just making it really annoying to get prio, because any damage you do on the Kled here is meaningful, right? So he's just, like, being very annoying, and then he's, you know, forcing the enemies to dive him, and he dies. Because he's quite squishy. Nice, we go bot lane, we dive our opponent, and we get the tower. Very nice. Then we shove the wave in and base. Now, we have very good items. Mind you, he didn't finish his boots, by the way. Kled split pusher? No, not really. Kled's not really a split pusher in my opinion. He can be, but it's not really your main identity. You want a team fight, right? Again, we're opening up through mid lane. Gives our team control, gives us mid prio pressure, right? Everything. Since Drake is up, we don't want to go bot lane because if the enemy seals bot lane, they're gonna instantly start Drake and start a fight somewhere. So if we're mid, we can actually join fights. Now, let's see the way he plays this. Just jumps on the first person he sees. Olaf is really weak to... when Olaf is like low HP, he can no longer really jump in and just kill everyone with his R. So one of the biggest counters to Olaf is like before the fight starts, just chunking him or forcing his ult even. It's like one of the best things you can do. So whenever you see like an Olaf out of position in team fights, just jump on him and just force him to do something. Okay, so here he ends up helping his Victor and then we are running away. Now don't forget, Kled can one-shot anyone. He doesn't E-flash, but he actually misses the E-flash, which by the way, guys, you can E-flash on Kled. I can show you guys what it looks like. To E-flash. So on Kled, there's a mechanic where you can E first and then flash on someone. And the E actually connects. So as you can see here, boom, you E and then you EQ even and flash. And your EQ will connect. And when they flash away, you can actually reactivate your E. So one more time. Like that. And that's what he tried to do. He just failed. I think. But that's what he should have done. He should have E-flashed the Caitlyn or the Lux here. Because when they flash away, your E can follow them. Unless the wall's too thick. So if you're playing against Kled, by the way, everyone, the counter to flashing away from Kled, if he hits E already, is to flash over like a really thick wall. Because you can't follow thick walls, only thin walls. Okay, he dies. Now, both bot laners, no flash. He's gonna keep it in mind because Kled is very good against people without flash. Goes top lane here because the objective is top, and I think he wants to push out. I think if he shows himself on bot lane, he's a bit scared that they might start the objective or something. I don't know. I don't know. Why doesn't he go bot lane here? Oh, because the wave's already shoved. That's why. Okay, yeah. He goes top because bot lane shoved out already. Yeah. Okay. Takes turret, takes wave, recalls 3 items. Now, once you have overlords on Kled, by the way, you're really strong. Like the overlords spike on Kled is crazy. If you've ever played Kled and you know what I'm talking about, this feeling of having overlords, suddenly you become really, really broken. So the 3 item power spike for Kled it's really something. Alright, let's pay attention to the map opening. So here he opens up through jungle, right? He's gonna open up through jungle. Why does he do that? Well, if he opens up through mid, he can't ult bot lane. If he opens up through bot, he can't ult mid lane. So we're gonna just give ourselves options by opening up through the map. Like this. Now, a lot of people will say you will lose home guard, not worth it. It's still worth it. So he just pushed out top lane and then he bases and then he recovers the weak side, right? Again, he goes from strong to weak side. So he pushes out top, strong side, and then he recalls and then he recovers the weak side. And that's a really good play because you don't have to be top lane until people are like hitting your tower, right? So you would have to start recalling around now. Or your teammates go top and defend and then you go bot lane. I think that's what ends up happening. Nope, he just... So again, here he's hovering, you know? He's hovering between mid and bot. If nothing happens on mid, he's going to go bot lane, push the wave out, and then go mid on the next wave. If something happens on mid lane, he's going to ult there. So now they're just looking for a play on mid. And if you can imagine Faker here, Faker can't push bot. Why? Because Kled can just move and kill the Galio. So yeah, he's just going to go here. He just fails the all-in. It sucks because Wukong clone just blocks both the Ashe ult and the Kled ult. So there's just a nothing burger. And then there's a fight. He's playing this fight very, very slow. Very well played, by the way. He's just like standing in the back line waiting for something to happen. Because the Wukong... Owner went way too deep there. And then again, they're going really deep, which is kind of Kled's comfort zone, right? And I think Pace gets a pentakill here, but BB gets like 3 kills. Yeah, Pace gets a penta on this play. Okay, so again, Kled's really strong. He's going for random wins next. I think this is Drake's soul now, so he's gonna open up bot mid because Caps is top already. And what we're doing here is we're just kind of in between mid and bot, right? He doesn't want to go bot lane because when you show yourself on bot lane, the enemies can either engage on your team or they can like take control, right? So just by you being here around this area, you can contest control. And I think Drake is spawning in a couple seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds. So you don't have time to go to the bot wave. Okay, so yeah, we're just looking to flank. Obviously, you know, on Kled, flanking is really good. You want to kill the enemy. What your champ is good at is you're good at killing enemy squishies because you're very sticky to them, right? You're like a Camille in a sense, where you hit your E and then they flash away and then you can just still follow them. So he actually misses his R, which is very upsetting. Actually, if it is very, very unlucky. He R's to the top, but he should have R to the bottom. So it's just very unfortunate. Would have been a very, very insane flank, actually. Okay, that guy gets one shot, and then owner flashes in, but now Broken Blade finally goes in, finally hits the EQ. Look, he's just like fishing, flash E's on the Caitlyn, and then he just like kills her, right? And kills Carry as well. Look how much damage he does, by the way. He's very tanky as well. Kills both backliners, and now they just get the Drake. That's the power of Kled. Your champion just scales really well. Very nice. Takes the mid tower, recalls, gets his rando wins, gets another chain vest too. Opens up through mid. Now I think opening up through mid here is a weird decision. Actually, I would have opened up to top lane here. But I guess he doesn't want to give mid prio on this wave, because if he shows himself top, enemies will might get mid prio actually. So you should use this wave to go top now though. Okay, so what G2 is doing here is very interesting. They're letting Caps be the janitor while BB just sits in fog and just constantly pressures mid waves. It's a pretty advanced thing to do, because Caps just went all the way from bot to top wave. And BB just never reveals himself on the map. So now he finally basically goes bot though. It pushes the wave and then he hovers, right? This is like the classic, right? Whenever you push a wave, you can shove and move. So he shoves the wave and then he moves here. And then he can threaten to either ult mid or go back bot lane, which gives him 2 options. If you're around the blue buff area. So he sees that the mid wave is secured, right? And the moment it is, he goes back bot lane. You see? He's hovering mid. Boom, wave secured, goes bot. So now he's looked to fight Doran, right? This fight should be quite free. The thing is, Kled is too tanky. Like, you can't kill a Kled when he mounts, right? Okay, this is a pretty common problem. What do you mean by janitor? He's just like cleaning the waves up, right? He's like going bot wave, cleans the wave, then goes top, cleans wave there. Now, this is a pretty common problem with Kled players. They don't ult far enough. Ideally you just ult the minimap, but often, you know, you're ulting the edge of your screen and then like people are too far away, so you don't actually hit it. Whole team rotates bot lane here. Goes through mid here with this opening. Very good map opening, by the way, because look, both bot and top are shelved. Your immediate reaction should always be to just open up mid lane when that's the case. When both sides are shelved, open mid. That's like a pretty big like rule of thumb actually. Okay, owner is like kind of hinting. So my Wukong clone is gone, so instant reaction is just you can just go in. Okay, so the team got Nash. He's positioning himself on mid wave, which gives him like a good flank angle, right? So Faker goes in, but disrespects the Kled a little bit too much maybe. Okay, BB goes bot lane. Shoves the wave out. He's going for Death Senseless item. Okay, again, the map opening, right? He's going through jungle this time because he wants to go bot lane, but he doesn't want to open up straight through bot lane, because if he opens up straight through bot lane, there will be a fight on mid lane maybe, and then he can't join that. So, as you can see, he's just like hovering here, right? Taking the plant. What's up, Thais? So, I'm actually so, like, my throat is hurting, bro. Okay. I like the way he plays these flanks. Often, if you're on a flank, what the opponents will do is turn on you, and then your team can't really follow up. So you can't be too close to where you're trying to flank. You need some distance between you and the enemies. And then the moment the engage happens, whether it's your team or enemy team who engages, that's when you want to go, right? So here the fight instantly, when the fight gets committed to, then he instantly goes for it. So look how patient he is, guys. Look at this. How many people would be this patient? How many of you would just have gone in already? Look at this. Like right here, I would have gone in. But he's just really patient, right? He's playing really, really slow, waiting for the enemies to really commit on one side lane. Now they're like flashing on him. He has his E prepared to get out. He has his ult prepared to get out. Really, really good patience. Really, really good patience. This is insane patience by him. And then he actually just like survives it, right? And this is really good for them. He doesn't even get the fight. He just like gets the Drake and gets out. He does get caught by a binding there, but he's fine. Okay, so Labrov actually dies in one hit to Kaylin. Boom. His team is just dying right now. But then Owner overchases. I don't know why, but you know, it's funny because you know how many people don't know about Kled revealing people? Like Kled is such a good champion against like invisible champions. Kiana, Talon, Wukong. So many people don't know that if you get hit by Kled E or Q, either of them, you get revealed. So Owner just like walks up like, huh? Oh, he kills me? It's just game knowledge, guys. Like at the end of the day, that's just game knowledge. And here they're trying to kill a Kled without any damage. And like they're like it's a freaking Galio Lux. Like obviously you're not gonna kill a Kled, right? And then BB just kills both of them. Violet chase. This is such a bronze chase. Like actually, like T1 is just like inting. Like what are they doing genuinely? And then he kills 3 of them. It's such a bronze chase by T1, but well played by BB as well, obviously, right? Yeah. Okay. Now he respawns. They have 3 Drakes. I think they're gonna play for Nash here, maybe? It's Nash in 140, yeah. So he goes bot lane, clears the wave, and again, he doesn't push the next wave out. Now, this is like kind of the BB special. Instead of pushing the waves out, he can... Ooh, he can go over the wall here. Instead of pushing the wave out on side lane, he just kind of threatens to go mid and group because he's scared that his team will get engaged on by Wukong. Now he gets a pick here actually because again he can just E over the wall, right? And that's very good. They get a kill on this guy. And he's gonna look to go in on Kaylin perhaps. Oh, he actually hits the K with E. He can't reactivate it though because yeah he's being binded. Nice. They kill Doran as well. Then he bases and he goes bot lane and he can finally push the wave out because there's no action happening on mid. Thoughts on SSA changes? I go into the vault. I just did a patch notes review. Okay. So we're bot lane. Nothing's happening on mid. And look, when you decide whether or not to move mid, you have to look at the mid wave first, right? So here, boom, we haven't moved to mid if we want. Look at the next mid wave. Look at the next mid wave. Do we want to move to this mid wave? Yes or no? Well, it depends. Are the enemies going to contest it? If no, then no. We're hovering, right? The moment we see our team basing, so we don't want to contest it, we don't need to be there. So there's no reason for us to hover mid. So what we're going to do is we're going to shove the next bot wave and then go mid wave. So here, he's just playing with vision, right? The enemies don't see him on the map, so they're scared of him on mid, so they're not going to contest prio. And then Faker overextends, right? And he's using these blast cones. If you go back, he's using these blast cones to kill people who are killing waves, which is a really, really good thing to do. So boom, he kills, you know, he goes for this, hits the Q, interrupts the ult, and it's a free kill. Okay, gets the tower. We're gonna push the wave here, and then base, and now Baron should be free because we got a pick beforehand, and then we go again. Look at the way it's opening up on the map, right? He goes through mid, then he pivots to bot lane, then he pushes the bot wave almost. This wave is actually pushing towards the enemies. If you pay attention to the map, there's a blue Mia wave that's holding the enemy wave. It's pushing into them. So instead of killing the wave, he's just gonna like sit here, and if someone overextends on the wave, you can actually kill them from behind. Which is why you should always go through jungle, by the way. Okay. My throat hurts a lot, by the way, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It actually hurts a lot when I talk. Oh my goodness, bro. It hurts. Okay, we're mid lane, and we're just gonna siege 2 lanes. Now, whether you siege 2 or 3 lanes, it fully depends on enemy team comp. If they have a lot of wave clear, sieging 2 lanes is usually not good enough because they can just go to one wave, clear the wave, go to the other one. When they have a lot of engage, that's when you do want to do 1 or 2 lanes. So they have Wukong Galio. So if they play 3 lanes, they're just gonna engage on one of the 3 and make kills. Take a day off, hot tea. We'll see. I'll try to fix it with some tea or something. I don't know. It just hurts every time I breathe in. It just hurts. It's like a stabbing feeling, and when I talk, it's like a lighter stabbing feeling. Let me grab some water, actually. Okay, don't ask yeah, but I will guarantee you're on live. Are you ever gonna continue the unranked to child educational Aatrox challenge? No, I won't. I'm gonna do different champions, unranked to child. Or not unranked to child, but like 3 hours, 4-hour videos of just me playing those champions in like different elos educationally. I'll do like multiple champs simultaneously, so I might do like Jax, Kled, and Aatrox, and play all of them like in bronze, and then silver, and then gold, and then iron, and then like master, and like emerald and stuff like that, right? Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So okay, we're sieging 2 lanes, right? We have 4 Drakes, which is crazy. We have 4 of the same. This is kind of what I meant, right? The enemies will just drop bot inhib and like just fully engage on mid here, which is they just almost kill the Victor actually, but they don't fully kill him. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So that's why you want to siege 2 lanes, right? Because then you can like, you have multiple numbers on mid lane. You can have 3 people on bot lane, and you can disengage and help each other. You're closer to each other as well. If they engage all of them, on bot lane, the person who's sieging top lane can't join the fight. Alright, they take double inhibitor. Usually this way you go just recall and go top lane and just siege the 3rd inhibitor. Which what he does, he goes top, he just sieges, right? And then you have to respect the threat of the enemies engaging on you, so you're just gonna like play slow. There you go, he finally gets the tower, and now he wants to just slowly get the inhibitor. Enemies are forced to engage somewhere now, so dropping 3 inhibitors is really bad. You will just basically guarantee a loss. So whenever this is the case, the enemies are it's guaranteed they'll look for an engage somewhere. So you can either choose to fight or choose to end. And I think BB, what he ends up doing is he chooses to end the game. So he's fighting the Olaf a little bit, right? And then the enemies are just like posturing really forward to chase and stuff. And like when they're chasing, I think they actually get kills and he TPs. But like the enemy base is just being. Look at how many memes are in enemy base, by the way. They even get Elder, which is crazy. He's gonna chill around this area. And when they are getting Nash, if the enemies contest Nash, you might just look for the end. Which, if they're giving Nash, you have to assume that they're going on you instead. So you just have to base really safely, which is good by him. So now both inhibs respawn. We're just gonna look to siege them again once the Elder is gone. So we're just waiting out the Elder, and then when it's gone, boom, we can just go up, right? And then like I think it's gone now. Yeah, so there we go. Just gonna look to siege. Very nice. He should just go top lane. And at this point, if the enemy's engaged on his team, he can literally just end the game. So look, he's gonna like go behind, right? He's gonna like threaten the tower from the back, get the inhibitor, play really slow and controlled. Your strength here is numbers, right? You have the minions. So his team is fighting, and look at this. His team starts fighting, they get engaged on, no one can stop him from just taking the Nexus, right? And you have such a big health bar that it's like impossible for the enemies to do anything to you. So you're just gonna hit the Nexus and boom, that's the game. So yeah, that's BB, guys. That's BB on Kled. That's BB on Kled. I mean, overall, just really good map movements, really good team fighting, and laning phase went a bit rough, but yeah. Can you see the 1v3 again? Sure. There you go. They're just chasing, even though their base is dying, and they're chasing into a fed Kled with 5.5 items. So yeah, that's rough. Okay. Alright, let me see. Knowledge gap? I agree, yeah, I agree. Do you think if those kills Kled got were on Victor or Ashe, it would have been better for G2? Because even with being fed, the damage could have been that high on Kled. I mean, not really. I think Kled having kills in that game is really good. His champ is just really good in that game. And just because he didn't deal much damage doesn't mean he wasn't useful, you know. Doesn't really work that way. Okay. Alright, we did patch notes review, we did the gameplay analysis. I think it's time to go play some games now. All right, let me see. I think my champ pool. Oh my goodness. I think my champ pool is gonna be like it's gonna be like Cledjax and even maybe Poppy or something. I kinda like the champ pool, yeah. Alright, we're gonna play Shen, which is finally the last piece of the puzzle, right? We finally we're done with the A to Z challenge when we do Shen. You gotta hit the gym with a long stream. We'll see. It's gonna be minimal 4 hours. If I want to do more than that, I'll do more than that. Alright, we're gonna play Shen. And then we can finally be done with the A to Z challenge. Finally. Hey, have a nice time at the gym, bro. Also, if you guys didn't know, they're also nerfing Bel'Veth. And they're buffing Gwen and Cannon. Cannon being buffed gives me so much cancer, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to see Cannon buffs. It's so cancer. Okay, what happened here? We've all been there, bro. Okay, we're gonna ban Jace.
Never look back.
Mundo counterpick. I hope we can actually get a good Shen game though, because I don't want to get counterpicked by like anything stupid. Okay, if this is Jack stop, that'd be nice.
A demonstration of superior judgment.
Okay, so when you're playing Shen, usually it's just like grasp. I think it's usually just grasp angle. And shoot bash is very strong. Completing overgrowth. Now, I'm pretty sure it's double scaling and attack speed. Pretty sure. Maybe even like one flat, one scaling. And then it's like cheap shot's very nice on Shen and Ultimate Hunter. Cheap shot's good because when you drag your Q slow through someone, it actually works with cheap shot. Broken Covenant. Shen. I hope it's Jack's stop. Okay, it's Fiora. That's fine though. That's fine. We can win this matchup. It's pretty Fiora favored, but it's winnable. Okay. Shenning Petu. I don't know what to build on Shen. I kind of forgot. Okay, this is a very, very low elo game, but it's okay. What does this Fiora's name mean, bro? Can I ask what do you think about Cassante? Is champion good for climbing in low mid elo? I mean, yeah, you can climb with Cassante, but it's just a hard champion.
I'm not sure what's going on.
What I just heard was a waste
Okay, we're actually in bronze, bro. Hey, W. Alright, Doran's
without a sound.
Next phase is just clicking random items. I mean, yeah, basically.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, let's get a ward on Raptors. Ward Raptors, please.
Minions have spawned.
Now, as Shen, you want to get your blade in the middle of the lane. Maybe on their side sometimes. And then you want to drag your Q through people. I played a lot of Shen in my time, so I know how the champ works pretty well.
Our wills align.
Okay, let's focus here. So I want to get Prio, okay? Now, Fiora's a pretty strong champion level 1, so I don't know if I can actually get it. But I'm gonna try to just drag my blade through and just do 3 autos and run away like that. You might trade back on me, but that's fine. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a matchup where you're supposed to be giving Prio. So I'm just gonna give Prio.
Tread carefully.
Nice. Very nice. So she's probably gonna do a 3-wave crash, and then after crashing the wave, she's gonna reset. The music is a little bit loud, sorry. She's gonna reset and walk back to lane. So I'm gonna ward the bush so that I'll see her when she does that. It's faking her base, nice. I also want to make sure I don't become too low HP for when the bounce happens. Okay, nice. She's gonna reset. Now, we didn't have a ward on Raptors, I'm pretty sure.
With balanced steps.
Did we? Okay, we did. Okay, we had a ward there. It expired before the enemy showed there, so therefore they're pathing towards top lane. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure though. Okay, I'm losing all my CS. Nice. Okay, I lost like all my CS there. Oh, good though. So this is the wave where I want to trade because I'm going to be level 4 to level 3. But we have a slight problem. Jack's going to be topside. So what I want to do is I'm just going to press her hard here and get this wave in before Jax comes, okay? He should be, if I look at Hecarim, Jack should be similar to Hecarim. Should be around red buff. So if I get the wave in hard here, I'll be fine. Now, if they gank me, I should be able to get out with E and flash. As long as I just don't E forward. Alright, we got the wave in. We're gonna bounce here. And get... I think we want... I think against Fiora, we low-key want to rush Bramble, even on Shen. Okay, so now Jax will be back bot side after taking top scuttle. He's gonna full clear into top. Which means that I want the wave on my side, pushing towards me by the time Jax is top lane again. So we're just gonna be playing full weak side the entire game.
Without a sound.
So my mindset here is to not fall too far behind. And just kind of go, if I can go even, that's already a winning position for me. Because I'm not supposed to be even, I'm supposed to be behind, right? So here I'm not gonna ward yet. Even though I have a ward, I'm not gonna ward because I know Jax is not gonna be here. Like even though my Hecarim is pinging it, he's just straight up wrong, right? So I can play aggressively right now if I want to. She's showing a lot of respect, which is concerning.
Tread carefully.
I want to trade. There we go. Shen's trading with the grasp. Shield bash is very, very good. Okay, we see Jack's build as well. Nice. I knew it. Track the jungler.
So I go.
I'm down to just hit the plate here if she just plays this safely. There you go, that's the plate for me. Jax is still bot lane. He's diving, I think. Nice. You still see Jax, so I can play aggressive. I'm gonna E her here. A W to block the mean damage. I think if she fights me, I should win that. Don't give her the vitals. Yeah, very nice. Shen is one of the strongest duelers in the game. If he gets to drag his Qs. We're fighting.
Understood.
Now Jax might come top in here. If it's just Jax, I should be fine. Yeah, okay, so we see Syndra mid. Jax by himself can't kill me, I think. Get the wave in. I have no wave clear, bro. Holy moly, my champ is so weak with the wave clear. I need Tiamat ASAP. Okay, yeah, Jax here, but I'm fine. He can't kill me. Once again. Okay, space. Okay. I think I want Tiamat. And then I'll go Bramble after. A lot of people would ult to like the Drake fight here and stuff. I'm not gonna use R. Because it's more important for me to be in a good position mid-game on side lane 1v1 than it is for my team. So me not using R when it will cost me like a full wave, even if my team fights there, I won't use R. I just simply can't. Okay, so now Fiora, her advantage is the fact that she has a combat ult and I don't. So I need to respect that a little bit. Oh. Okay, Jax is mid. I'm a level up on her, so I can trade like that. I can just E in. I'm also quite far ahead in items, right? Okay, so now what I can do is I can actually hit the plate and proxy, and then I can ult R somewhere if I wanted to. Because I actually have some damage now. So you want to kill the caster creeps first because they deal the most damage to you. And now I can look for ults. I can even ping. I don't think they're... I'm not gonna ult yet. Now I'm gonna ult. They committed really hard. Instant DW. And then hold my taunt. And then we taunt, baby. Let's go. And now as you can see, I proxied the wave before I ulted. So I don't really lose anything. Right? I already killed the wave. If you also can't really hit my tower too much. It's very, very good. I also waited with my R until the enemies were committed. And that's one of the things you have to really learn as Shen and in general when you're using TP spells. If you go too early, the enemies can get out because they're not committed yet. So if you wait until people are committed to the fight, it's doomed for them. I'm just gonna harsh off the wave here because I have Tiamat and I really want that plate. My champ just has such little wave clear, it's crazy. So I'm just gonna hit the plate here. I'm really careful if she fights me. I do have Bramble, so I need to be a little bit careful. I'm actually one level. No, I'm not even level up on her. I thought it's at 6. Okay. So again, I'm just gonna drag my blade through her. Oh, you can almost kill the ward there. What the hell? So on that trade, I had 3 stacks on my empowered Q. And then my Q got back on cooldown. And then I just dashed through her, autoed her twice, and then got another empowered Q. Okay, I just played that insanely well. Nice. You can even like Q flash people, right? You can like... Should win this. If his E is down, it's really easy for me.
It must be done.
Get my W soon, so I can kite his E. Shibal. You're gonna come back with Ignite, Flash, and ult. I need to be careful. You're actually staying. I have the base here. Ping. I have my item now, perfectly on time. Yo, SN, is better to play safe in lane to scale? Yeah. But you don't want to give prio in matches where you can get prio. You know what I mean? It's not worth to just like be completely submissive.
With balanced steps.
Okay, I couldn't taunt her. So I already won my lane really hard. So right now, instead of winning my lane even harder, I'm gonna try to maintain my lead and use my lead for my team, right? So instead of fighting her, I'm just gonna ignore her and hit the wave. And I have so much wave clear that I can just one-shot it now with Titanic. And then I'll look for ult plays on the map. And the best thing I can do is actually proxy first.
From the shadows.
I'm just gonna look for this plate here. Then I place a ward here. Then I proxy. I ping to my team on my way so that they know what I want. If you can communicate your intentions early, that's even better because they can play around it more easily. I want these Krugs, but it's hard. So I'm just gonna keep proxying. I don't want to show myself yet, though. I'm gonna show myself. Let's wait until the me is a little bit goofed up here. Okay, now it's time to take these Krugs.
Enforced equilibrium.
Can ult this guy early. Stole it, nice. Tried with both of them. Nice. Alright, now it's time to base. And I could even dive bot lane, maybe. Nah, I'm gonna TP back top lane. I'll teleport back top lane. I'm gonna buy control ward. And now, what I'm gonna do, I'll fight her if she tries to get this wave in. But what I want to do is I want to place a bunch of wards in enemy topside jungle. Because it just makes it so much easier for my team to track the enemy jungler. So I'm just gonna be like a full support this game. I'm gonna try to get the proxy again. I have to kind of walk through her. Oh, that creep is... Oh, what are those creeps doing, bro? The grub me... The grub griefed me. Unlucky. So, watch this, right? I'm gonna place one ward here. I'm gonna place one ward here. I'm gonna recall. And now, as you can see... If we don't see Jax in top side... We know for sure that he has to be bot side. Because look, both of the jungle entrances are warded, right? And so my team, they always know where Jax is. If he shows on the wards, he's top. If he doesn't show on the wards, he's bot.
Our wills align.
So look, I could have had a way bigger CS lead. I could have had a bigger level lead on Fiora. But I chose to play for my team instead. Because I know that if I just maintain my lead on her, she won't come back into the game. Gonna shove the wave in her face again. This tower's almost dead. Like, I'll just keep hitting the cross, right? Yeah. Maybe I can even take the turret now. I do have Bramble. I need to be a bit careful. Nice. I kind of want the turret, actually. And me, red buff should be alive, by the way, because Jax hasn't shown himself. Wow. There you go, it is. Oh, hell no, no you don't. You're not taking my ward, buddy.
With balanced steps. There is no dispute.
So I guess I just take the tower now.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Where is he? Okay, he took his camps. I have so much gold that I need to reset now. I'm gonna do this route where I buy this item in second. And then I'll just open up the top, I guess. I don't want him to get Herald for free. What's my Hecarim doing?
Press on.
Waiting for his item, that's all. Let's see if he's doing it. I can even ult bot lane. He was, yeah.
Tread carefully.
Maybe I can 2v1 them here. Let's not give her the vitals. Nice. Can also ult here.
Our
Oh.
wills align.
Don't be scared. Oh, I want to kill him with hitting the creeps there. Okay, nice, he's dead here.
Sound.
I kind of want to give the kill to my Zaya. Hit the wave though.
Immediately.
Your team has destroyed
His base. Almost got my second item already. Sucks I can't buy it. Do I just sell this? I mean, honestly, I will. I normally wouldn't though.
Understood. With balanced steps. With honor.
Okay, I'm fighting on mid lane. I can join. Quite close to the fight.
So
Go back top lane now.
rampage.
So this game, whenever I'm in mid game, I always try to categorize the game into 3 boxes. It's either a winning, even, or head game. Now there's a lot of nuance to that when it comes to your own individual performance. For example, you can be in a game where your team is very strong 5v5, but you are struggling in the 1v1. This game, we're very winning, plus I'm strong in the 1v1. So my mindset here is to create plays that are low risk, and group around objectives. So anytime I'm able to group somewhere, I want to group there. For example, here, its next objective is Nash, right?
our wills.
If my Echo doesn't have teleport and I do have ult and TP, then I want to be bot lane if possible. But he's staying bot lane, so I'm just going to go back top. And I don't want to make plays unless it's for a good reason. So I have this overarching goal in this game
Press on.
that doesn't get overridden by just chasing people. He'll be 2 levels up on her. Almost level 16 in 20 minutes. I can ult him, but... Let's fight. Nice. Nice. I mean, I'm so strong at this point, they can't kill me. Alright, they're fifth.
Victory.
GG. Let's see. Got the bronze, nice. Okay, guys, I have a unfortunate announcement to make, but there's some good and some bad. We completed the A to Z challenge. It's done. It's done. We did it. It's officially over. The A to Z challenge is officially over. We did Shen and Warwick. It's over. Up next, we have a educational, I think I might do 4-hour per champion. I need a low elo account in bronze. I need an account in emerald, and I need an account in master. Okay, I need 3 accounts. So what I want to do is I want to play those like every champion. I want to play like Aatrox. I want to play Jax, Sahen. I want to play the most popular champions, Garen, in all 3 elos and play super educational. Drew's gonna snipe you, bro. Be careful. Yo, what's up, detention, bro? Wait, are you the guy with the Sure Charleur? Are you that guy? Bro, I'm actually a fan, by the way. Oh my goodness, that's like the funniest clip I've ever seen. That's you, right? Oh my goodness, wait, can I pull out that clip, please? It's the funniest shit, bro. Detention clip. Detention League of Legends. Bro, you're actually the GOAT, bro. You look so bad there. Okay, I won't put you on the spot. My bad. Hey, congrats on the weight loss then, though. That's actually 300 pounds. It's crazy. I wanted to announce to you guys. So I'm gonna play, and don't tell Drew, okay? Like, also, by the way, all these accounts, they're all hand leveled. Okay, so that's no problem. They're all hand leveled. All of them. They're all hand leveled. Yes, they are. They are hand leveled. Hand leveled from the main level. Guys. By you, of course. I mean, they're hand leveled. Anyway, I was gonna say, I'm gonna go end stream here, and I'll come back in a couple hours because I'm gonna make a poll on my Discord server. So everyone join my Discord server, please. I'll make I think there should be a link somewhere. I'm gonna make a poll. You guys can vote for the champion that you want to see, and the champion with the most votes wins. So later today we'll do that. So I'm gonna make sure I have 3 different accounts with 3 different elos, and then we're gonna do full educational on those champions, right? In the meantime, I'm just gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna upload the last A to Z video, and we're gonna have a good day today. So hopefully Drew doesn't mess us up. Looca, why are you so hot, bro? I don't know what to say to that. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yes, so yes, that is it. That is the announcement. So it was a short stream. I know. I will be back later today. I promise it. If I don't, may God murder my children today. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll see you guys later, and make sure you join my Discord channel again. You can vote for the champion there.